Hello, Gashapon Senshi collectors. I picked up a few Next figures from three different waves, and they've been sitting in my drawer for like a year, so I totally forgot about them. So let's figure these out. So from Next Wave 4, here are the robots, and this Gafran is from Gundam Age. I've never seen Gundam Age, so I don't know. But these are from like Zeta or something like that, so it's a mix of waves. Oh, it says 2011 here, so pretty old now. Okay, let's take a look at this Gafran. And here's a little picture of what it's supposed to look like in the Gundam universe, but these are highly deformed toys, so very miniature, but still they articulate, which is quite interesting. It's pretty impressive, actually. Not sure why they couldn't put all that in maybe two bags or one bag. Alright, so these little frames, you're going to need to, you can just twist them out or use some clippers. And you're going to get calluses very often putting these things together. They have really tight fits. Okay, so this thing is the torso thing from my experience. Now the question is, where is the torso? That's the chest. This must be the torso. Or the hips. The hips, my bad. Alright, so that slides up and becomes the pivot point or for the upper torso. Okay. And then the legs, they just have the feet molded in and they go on these angled pegs. So you can have a little bit of movement for the legs. You can see it's molded in this sky blue plastic, but they painted this darker blue on it in a couple areas. Alright, so now these things are where you're going to get calluses, the joints for the arms. Yeah, I heard that little snap. Hopefully they'll keep them from falling apart. Sometimes they have these like ridges and it's really hard to put them together, but you know they'll never come apart. So we have that peg going into the shoulder, and then the arm, just painted, same piece of plastic, I guess. Got some round holes for gripping things. Alright, so this head, you'll notice there's a big flange here, so it's going to be hard to put on. No, that wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be, and it should probably never fall loose. This is a strange looking head. Is that the eye? It's just, are the optics? It's just gray in there. And what, this whole thing, what's going on with that? Just falls around, and there's two different sized pegs there. So this here must go on one of these. Let's see which one's bigger. Alright, so this must be for this side. It's like wings. Alright, so it's like a glider or something. And then this is probably some sort of funky gun. You might have to dip in hot water to straighten that out. And so both hands could hold the gun. I'm just going to make it a righty. I don't think robots have left and right orientations. What the heck is this? It's got three pegs and a hole. Oh, okay. There's this peg and matching hole back here, so oh, that fell off. Now, so I have to assume, yes, you can put these things this way. So you have three different places you could put these wings. I don't know why you'd want to display it like that, but you could. And then let's put these in the upward position down here. And they still have different size pegs. I think it would just be better if they were the same size so you could just mess around with different looks to it. Alright, so lower wings. That's such a weird face to this thing. Again, I haven't seen Age, so I don't know if they're cool robots in that show or not. Yeah, look at the height of this thing is only like 40 millimeters to the top of the head. It's not even 5 centimeters with the antenna. or like 1 3/4 or so. So the next one is from Wave 6, which came out when? 2012. Maybe the April of 2012, if I had to guess. 200 yen. So these things are like less than $2. And then, interesting, Mark 5, some sort of Zaku. I don't know what the heck that thing is. And then H2 is the star, but just looking at the red here. Oh, maybe it is this whacked out XVV thing. I've never heard of this robot. So turns out XVV XC Zedas is from Age as well, and it's supposed to be the successor to the last one we just saw. Alright, let's do the same old stuff here. Fast forward if you need to. So these things don't have as much articulation as some of the other Gashapon Senshis. Some of the other ones actually have bending elbows, but these do not. Alright, where's that? Nope, it's not that. It's gotta be this. Alright, so it's got like a gray body with some red painted details. Where's the upper torso? It's gotta be this thing. And it's got like these sky blue panels. I don't know if those are windows for the cockpit or what. And then the feet are just plain old gray, no extra paint. So small, so short. It's funny. And then the head, well, the lower head, it's got some red, like, I don't know, you can't call it hair. We'll have to see what it ends up looking like. So, really flexible, so you don't have to worry about these things breaking. Every part on this thing, except for the joints, is made of this flexible PVC, I assume. Alright, so the top of the head just goes there, I suppose, and, like, it's weird. It looks like a knight, an old medieval knight with no eyes. Or, I guess, like a shark. And so now what do we have? There's some sort of peg thing here. I guess it goes in like that, I assume. Alright, so it's nice that you can have the shoulder articulation and then rotate that to go up and down. And then we have these holes, and now this thing has 2 different pegs, so I guess you can put them in different ways. Are they the same size? No, they are not the same size. So I'm going to just put this one this way. Kind of a tight hole. This much bigger peg goes on this side. Alright, so these things have these like wacky wings, I guess, that go in different configurations. You could put it this way, but the peg is kind of weird, you know. So I kind of feel like this is the best way to pose it if you're going to only look at it from the front. Yeah, and then like, I don't know if this one is centered or just not going into that hole properly, or this one's in too much maybe. And then this thing is so short, you might want to like glue that in place later. Alright, so that is that, and then I guess you can store this gun there, assuming that's a gun or a sword. Or actually, that's the way the image looks, it's like hanging out back here, like this. Well, that looks kind of weird. So I'm going to stick it in the hand and pretend it's a sword. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. These things have no faces. It's very strange. Age. Maybe that's why I don't think Age is a popular Gundam series. Alright, moving on. Now wave 13 of next is from 2013, maybe April again. And sorry, I lost focus. Gun Killer, I've heard of that. I don't know what the GX9900 is. And there's a different version. And then what is this? A DOZ? I don't know what that is. It's got a tail. And then Gundam Wing stuff here, looks like. Okay. Oh, I almost feel like I know what this thing is called, but there's so many Gundams, it's hard to memorize all that stuff. It looks like a Spartan, kind of, sort of. It's weird. The head on this thing is nowhere on this piece of paper, so yeah, maybe it was mislabeled or something. It doesn't really bother me. All I know is it's a Gundam I've never seen before, so that's kind of neat to learn about new mecha. Ah, yeah, that's tight. Now, you can see the forearm will spin, so some advancements here in wave 13 over the earlier waves. And this is still the same type of piece. And actually, you might want to put, well, I'm going to just put this up there and see if I can still get the legs on. Just white legs. Yeah, you can flex that armor out of the way, so, okay, that works. Such short legs is crazy. And then it does have a little peg stand hole, but it doesn't actually come with the stand itself. I don't know if that thing is on the front, if this is the front or the rear. It's possible I just put that on backwards. I have to think that might be the rear, so I think I gotta swap these legs out or just push this thing out here. And we'll try it the other way, where we put the legs on first. And jam that up this way. Okay. So this one can actually swing forward quite a bit before it collides. So only a little blue on this torso, no other paint. And then this shoulder piece. I don't know what side goes where. And what the heck, these things, blue things. Well, at least I know the head goes here. Finally, we have some sort of indication of optics. This metallic aqua there for the eye area. There's a big rectangle here, so... Oh, I see. Now it's going to match something on that piece of paper. Or does it? So it's got to be this one. Alright, so it turns out this is the Tallgeese 2 from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. And this picture is helping me put this thing together. So I think this shoulder has the pegs go in the back. Like this. And that forearm goes back here. And then I think this blue thing goes on this little ball peg. So you got these thrusters there in the shoulders. And these things are really, you gotta really jam that in there. Alright. So we have this gray hosed thing. And we also have this, which mates to it, so it's gotta be the weapon. So that binds together. Then this hole probably, well, the peg goes into the hand, and then I think, yeah, there we go. So this weapon is held by the shoulder and the hand. Oh boy. Sadly, there's no like peg holding the forearm on. It's so loose. See? So that kind of tears off. I might have to crazy glue this weapon together to help out. Alright, so you got that gun there, and then I guess you can put this tail on the shoulder here. It's like a shoulder shield slash tail whip. I don't see any other pegs here, so I guess that's the only place it could go. I would say this is definitely the coolest of the three. Yeah, this thing's almost like 45, it's under 5 centimeters tall. While messing around, it turns out this gray one, you can actually twist the forearms. But for some reason I don't think you can on that light blue one, the very first one. Even though they have really small feet, they can actually stand. Because they weigh almost nothing. Alright. So, the only thing I have to compare is the Converged Tallgeese 3, numbered 197 in the Converged line. And Converged is simply superior. They cost more money, so they should. They're bigger, of course, because they also cost more money. But they're simply painted. Like the whole thing is painted, whereas these are mostly raw plastic with a little bit of paint. But if you're looking for the smallest articulating Gundams, I would have to say it's the Senshi lines, these little Gashapon things that come in the little plastic balls. Alright, so that's it for today. So interesting to learn of these two. Never seen or heard of them before. And this one I just had to recognize again. Thank you for watching. We'll see you the next time we do one of these videos.